Sorry. Hello, fellow viewers and anyone who has to watch this video. You can call me Dinaz, and that is the only personal information of me that I can disclose of. Anything else will be a threat to my privacy. Anyways, today we'll be reviewing a book that I picked up for this assignment. It's the book with the funny iconic quote, which is know your enemy, The Art of War is a military strategy and tactics book by Sun Tzu. It is a very famous and the most influential book for military strategies and warfare. But the book can be used for politics, sports, legal, and business tactics, and more. If you have an enemy, the book is divided into 13 chapters of tactics, which seems a lot, but it's a very easy read for me because it's formatted as I could say a poem, like how a poem would be formatted. Actually how it's formatted. It looks like a poem. Anywho, on to the first chapter, Making of Plans. This chapter introduces us the five fundamentals, which are the way, heaven, earth, command, and discipline. It also talks about the 7 elements that determine the results of military engagement. By assessing and comparing these initial points, a commander can calculate his chances of victory. Any deviation of this calculation will result in failure by improper action. The text also talks that war is a grave matter and must not be commenced due to consideration. Chapter 2 is Waging of War. It is about how to understand the economy of warfare and winning quick decisions are required by success. It advises that successful military campaigns require limiting the cost of competition and conflict, since war is expensive. Chapter 3 is called Strategic Offensive. It defines the source of strength as unity, not the size, and explains the 5 factors that are needed to succeed in any war. These critical factors, in order of importance, are attack, strategy, alliances, army, and cities. Chapter 4 is Forms and Dispositions. It discusses the importance of defending any existing position until a commander is capable enough to advance from those positions safely. This teaches commanders the importance of knowing the strategic opportunities and teaches not to create chances for the enemy. Chapter 5 Potential Energy. It shows the use of creativity and timing in building an army's momentum. Very simple. Chapter 6 Empty and Full. The opposites, the antonyms, the yin and yang, if you will. This chapter explains how an army opportunities can come from the openings of the environment caused by any relative weaknesses of the enemy, and how to respond to any changes in the fluid battlefield over a given area. Chapter 7 The Fray explains the dangers of the direct conflict and winning those confrontations when they are forced upon the commander. Chapter 8 The 9 Changes. It discusses on the need of flexibility in the army's responses. It explains how to respond to shifting circumstances in success. Chapter 9 On the March. It explains the various situations in which an army finds itself as it moves towards new enemy territories and how to respond to it. The chapter focuses on evaluating the intentions of others. Chapter 10, Forms of Terrain. It states about the three general areas of resistance, which is distance, dangers, and barriers. And then the 6 types of ground positions arise from them. Each 6 of these field positions provide certain advantages and disadvantages. Chapter 11, The 9 Kinds of Ground. This chapter describes 9 common situations in a campaign from shattering to deadly, and a commander focuses specifically the need in order to successfully navigate them. Chapter 12, Attack by Fire. It talks about weapon use and the specific usage of environment as a weapon too. This section examines the 5 targets to attack, 5 types of environmental attacks, and appropriate responses to such attacks. And finally, Chapter 13, Espionage, which means the practice of spying or using spies. It focuses on the importance of developing good information sources and 5 types of intelligence sources and how to best manage all of them. This book is very influential, not because of military stuff but outside the military, as it has been applied in different scenarios, since much of the text is to outsmart the opponent, which can be used in non-military situations, which in my opinion very intriguing. And that is all with my review of this book, and I will end this with one of Sun Tzu's famous quote: "To know your enemy, you must become your enemy."